小奶奶，你能让我愁死不？你到底想找个什么样的？我这天天黑的做梦都是你想你，我吃来吃不下去，睡来睡不好觉。俺看上的吧，你看不上，都马上都30了，人给你摆上摆下的，人都结过婚，2个孩子了。你说我可愁的慌，你自己可长得有多俊？
我不俊，我又没说我俊。
人家都18、19岁就结婚了，你咋弄的？是你挑人还是人挑你啊？这驴不走磨不转。
哎呦，
你怎么不听说你？有差不多也不就管吗？一说就恼，这马上都30了，别说结婚了，你连个对象都没有，你有多挑剔？你有多俊啊？你有多大的本事？过了30，你还能找着对象？挑一把。
未来的女婿，我是你的丈母娘，你来娶了我的女儿。
Dear future son-in-law, hello, I am your mother-in-law. My daughter is already 34 years old this year, and if you marry her, I will be entrusting my beloved daughter to you. I love her very much, and because of that, I will care for and support you just like my own son. Regarding the bride price, that is the startup capital prepared by your parents for you and my daughter. I have no interest in any of your family's property or real estate. If I am able, I will also try my best to prepare some dowry for my daughter. My greatest hope is for you both to have a happy and fulfilling life together. Now that my daughter has left me and is with you, you are the most important person in her future life. I hope your parents will also treat her well. When you encounter difficulties or problems, I hope you both can communicate more and understand each other, instead of blaming one another. Please don't make her feel like an outsider in your family because, after all, you are partners who will walk through life together. In the future, you will have your own children as well, so I hope you can be a responsible man and protect your wife and children well. I don't expect you to become rich and powerful. I only wish for your peace and happiness. In your married life, there will be many trivial matters like food, oil, and salt. I hope you can have the broad mind of a man and be tolerant of her. If one day my daughter makes a mistake, I hope you won't hit her or scold her. This will not only hurt her feelings but will also harm your relationship. If there is truly a problem, you can tell me and I will help teach her. If one day your love for her fades and you no longer love her, please make sure to tell me and return my daughter to me. She is the person I love most in this world, and I will never allow anyone to hurt her. This is my bottom line as a mother for my child. Lastly, if there are conflicts between her and your mother, I hope you will stand on my daughter's side. In your family, she is fighting alone while your family is complete. If you don't support her, she will feel very sad. And your mother will always have your father's support, so she is not alone. Therefore, I believe this request is not unreasonable, right? In the end, I sincerely hope you will treat my daughter well, and that you both will grow old together and be happy forever.
给你们看一下我每天在屋里的处境啊，等一下我妈就会进。
Let me show you what my daily life at home is like. Just wait, my mom will come in soon.
Whenever I see you, I feel annoyed. You stay cooped up in your room all day long, buying this kind of clothes, buying that kind of clothes, buying so many clothes, and just leaving them at home. You don't even go out. You're just waiting at home for a boyfriend. Just wait at home, and a boyfriend will fall from the sky. You're already 32 years old. If you don't go out to find a boyfriend, do you think one will fall from the sky? It's almost the end of October. Tomorrow, I'm going to make you go on a blind date. Just wait, I'll make sure you understand. All you do is act like a single dog all day. You even keep cats and dogs at home. You don't have anything proper to do. Other girls your age already have kids. They can go shopping with them. You're just wasting your days at home. How do you plan to waste your whole life like this? As you get older, what are you going to do? What are you laughing at? Even if a pie falls from the sky, you still need to leave the house to catch it. Do you think a handsome guy is going to come looking for you while you're sitting at home? Do you really think you're that pretty? You buy all these new clothes, but you don't even go out. Do you want to be a single dog for life? Seeing you stay at home every day makes me so annoyed. Still lying in bed pretending to be Sleeping Beauty? You're just a single dog, and you're raising a dog. All you two know how to do is sleep. Two single dogs at home together. It's driving me crazy. Tomorrow, you must go out for a blind date.
During this year's National Day holiday, my experience of being pressured to get married gave me some thoughts. This holiday, I took 9 days off to go back home, and almost every day, my parents would remind me that I should hurry up and find someone suitable to marry. Just a couple of days ago, I expressed that I'm not really interested in getting married, and as a result, quite a few people criticized me. I want to clarify something. It's not that I don't want to date, it's that I really can't get into a relationship, okay? First of all, I'm 27 years old this year. Most guys who are slightly younger than me are still holding on to the idea of having fun for a few more years before considering marriage. As for me, I've already reached the stage where I'm thinking about marriage, and I don't want to force myself into a relationship with guys who just want to play around. So, this type of person is immediately passed by me, right? Secondly, my criteria for choosing a partner are also quite clear. As a graduate with a stable job, savings, and my own car, I certainly can't choose someone whose conditions are worse than mine, right? I have absolutely no interest in poverty alleviation. I'm not asking the other party to be much better than me. As long as they're about the same or slightly better, that's fine. Also, I really can't stand stingy men, and on top of that, I'm a bit of a looks person. Because my previous boyfriends were all quite generous and not bad looking, I don't understand why I should choose someone worse than my exes. Dating is meant to enjoy happiness, not to suffer. Why would I put myself through that? I'd rather stay single and be happy on my own, right? The third reason is that I currently have almost no social channels. The only way I can interact with men every day is online. Occasionally, someone sends me a private message on social media, and we exchange a few words, but it never goes beyond a few sentences. There's no chance for deep communication. Moreover, many guys can't engage in meaningful conversations. The topics often stray off course, and some are so dull that they make me lose interest. I know saying this may hurt some men's self-esteem, but the reality is that many guys just can't connect with me on a deeper level. They keep beating around the bush, eventually discussing topics that don't interest me at all, so the conversation can't go on. That's why I'm still single. It's not my fault, but because high-quality men in the current market are extremely scarce and barely circulate. How else can I find one? Remember, it's not that I haven't tried to meet some guys. It's just that for those I don't like, I've tried at most twice before giving up. I really can't force myself into a relationship without a foundation of feelings. I can accept being on my own, but I will never choose a marriage without a foundation of love. Marriage is not a joke. So when parents urge their children to get married, please think carefully. Do you really want your child to marry someone they've just met for a short time? So, this is the reason I haven't gotten into a relationship. It's not that I don't want to, but I just can't find the right person. High-quality men in the market are too scarce, and I won't settle just to get married.
Daughter, your father started urging you to find a boyfriend 2 years ago. Now it's the 3rd year. It really has been year after year of urging you to get married, and this year is yet another year of marriage urging. People often say that in life, you always need something to look forward to, whether it's for your family or friends, or for yourself. What do you have that others can envy? Or at the crossroads of life, if you haven't sorted out the path of love, and you stay at home every day without going out to find a boyfriend, how can you expect to meet love? Don't you feel that staying at home every day makes life feel a bit empty? Life seems so uncertain. It's like everything is running in circles, yet you still haven't figured out the direction of your life. Actually, all the beautiful things in life depend on you, but at least you should take action sooner and go outside to find a boyfriend if you want things to change. Your mom and I have worried a lot about your marriage. We feel anxious about it every day. But why haven't you taken any action? As you said, there are only a few months left before 2014 ends. As the days draw closer, how are you going to face the growing sense of panic? If your marriage problem remains unresolved, won't your mom and dad also feel embarrassed and overwhelmed every day, unable to eat? After all, this family has raised you for more than 30 years. It's time to consider finding a suitable partner. But now it seems like all the relatives and friends are watching you, giving you advice, yet you still haven't taken any action. I'll give you 5 minutes. You must go out for a blind date.
俺妈妈对我是彻底失望了。我今年回来。
My mother is completely disappointed in me. This year, I went back to my hometown during my vacation. I've been home for more than 10 days, and my mom has been urging me to get married every day, pushing me to find a partner. Sigh, it's the same year after year. Every year, they pressure me to get married. Our family is in the countryside, and being this old without getting married makes parents feel ashamed, like they've lost face. They think I don't have a good future ahead, and they are really anxious, worrying themselves sick for me. I understand my parents. In their generation, especially in the marriages of the 1980s, people could get married after just meeting a few times, and they could still stay together for life. But nowadays, young people date for a long time and still have no result. I am the same. I might just not be good at dating, or even if I do date, it might not lead anywhere. I'm even starting to think that maybe I should get married first and then fall in love, since that might be more practical. If things keep going like this, with my mom nagging every day, my head is about to explode. I'm getting numb from hearing it. If she keeps nagging like this, I might really become depressed. Sigh, I really can't take it anymore. I'm honestly afraid to face my parents.
我跟我相亲对象正儿八经就接触了半年，但我爸妈现在就催我们两个。
I have been in a serious relationship with my blind date for about 6 months. But now my parents are already urging us to get married quickly. I'm just an ordinary rural girl, born in the 2000s, and I don't feel like I'm too old or in a hurry to get married. However, my parents are clearly very anxious. They say that people like me, who started working early, will be gossiped about in the village if I don't get married soon, with people saying there's something wrong or abnormal about me. But I'm not living to please others. Last year, my parents hurriedly introduced me to a blind date through my aunt. We added each other on WeChat and chatted for a while, but nothing really came of it, and it just fizzled out. However, less than a week later, my aunt somehow found another blind date, who is now my current boyfriend. Then we started dating and have been together ever since. His family's financial situation is indeed pretty good. They had a factory that happened to be demolished, and they got compensated with several 100,000 yuan, along with 3 apartments, each about 80 square meters. They've sold 1 apartment, leaving 2. My first impression of this guy wasn't bad, but we haven't met many times. After our first meeting, we went out a few more times. But during one of those outings, I caught him in a lie. At the beginning of our interactions, he asked me on WeChat if I had ever been in a relationship. I answered truthfully, saying I had only had 1 boyfriend before, but it didn't lead to anything significant. However, he claimed that he had never been in a relationship and was still a virgin. At the time, I just sent a slightly awkward but polite emoji. But inside, I felt something wasn't quite right. Another time, we went to see a movie together, and he kept trying to hold my hand. When I noticed, I refused him immediately, and fortunately, he didn't push further. However, after the movie, when he was choosing a restaurant on his phone, I accidentally saw a hotel booking on his phone. I had his phone in my hand, and I guess he didn't expect me to check his history. I scrolled further and even found orders for condoms and a bouquet of flowers. That's when I realized he had been lying. I was very angry at the time but didn't tell anyone. I just ignored him for a few days and even blocked him. Somehow, he managed to sweet-talk me, and I eventually unblocked him. To be honest, I'm not someone who holds grudges, and I tend to be soft-hearted. Later on, he came to visit me in the city where I work, and we spent 2 days together. However, despite spending so much time together, I still feel like we haven't gotten close, and we don't know each other that well. But from what I've seen so far, he does give me a stable feeling. During those 2 days, we stayed in an apartment with an induction cooker, and he cooked and washed the dishes, which gave me a sense that he could be someone I could live with. There's another thing. Maybe it's because my aunt has been highly recommending him to my mom, constantly emphasizing that he comes from a good family, has a stable personality, and is suitable for married life. She also mentioned that many people want to marry their daughters to him. So, my parents are very pleased with him and are pushing me to get married soon. In reality, we're only chatting on the phone every day, since long-distance relationships make it hard for feelings to progress quickly toward marriage. We've met so few times that I can count them on one hand, so whenever I think about getting married, I feel a bit panicked. However, my mom is so eager that she's even willing to prepare a car and a house as part of my dowry to make this marriage happen. I suspect it's because my mom and his mom get along so well, like old besties. My mom often says that when looking for a partner, you shouldn't just look at the person themselves, but also consider their in-laws. She says his parents are capable, young, and kind, and they'll definitely support us in the future. Now, my parents are starting to pressure his family to set a wedding date. He doesn't object, and both sides have agreed, so a date has been set. They're planning for us to get married during the Lunar New Year this year. I feel very conflicted. I think this is a flash marriage, but I'm also afraid that if I let him go, I may not meet someone more suitable in the future.
Why do parents always like to pressure their children to get married? There are several important reasons. First, parents often see their children's marriage as a major responsibility they must fulfill. If their children remain unmarried, parents will always worry. Marriage is not just about the children. Parents also feel responsible for helping. Even if the family is not financially well off, parents will still do everything they can to support their children's marriage, contributing both money and effort. Additionally, if you don't get married, parents may worry that life will be difficult for you when you grow old. So they hope that marriage will provide you with support in the future. Secondly, the issue of face is also an unavoidable factor in many families. If children are older and still unmarried, parents often feel an invisible pressure in front of relatives and friends. Although marriage seems like a personal matter, in reality, parents often care about what others think. When friends or relatives casually ask about their children's marital status, even a simple question may make parents feel uncomfortable. Especially over time, if parents are repeatedly asked in such situations, their psychological pressure will continue to build, and they may even become unwilling to socialize. This isn't because parents like to put pressure on themselves, but rather society's atmosphere and cultural norms push them into this mindset. Thirdly, the concept of carrying on the family line is deeply ingrained in many parents. Most parents hope to see their children establish a family, and sometimes it's not just the parents. Children themselves might also have the desire to continue the family line. For many people, marriage is not only the union of two people, but also the continuation of the family. Even if some women are willing to accept a life without marriage, many still want to have children. However, if one does not marry, it can be very difficult to have children. Not only are there many practical obstacles, but societal norms and cultural backgrounds also make this path challenging. Therefore, as children, we should try to understand the feelings and concerns of our parents. Of course, as parents, friends, and relatives, when urging children to marry, they should also consider the children's feelings. If they cannot offer practical help with the issue of marriage, then they should not scold or pressure their children due to their anxious feelings. The children may already feel anxious inside, but just haven't expressed it. I believe understanding and communication are often more helpful than simply urging, allowing the children to make the right decisions. Dear viewers, have you ever experienced your parents urging you to get married? Please leave your comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support is very important to us, and we will continue to provide you with better content. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.